Hey, listen. She only asked her neighbor to help her with one project. Now he won't stop calling. Listen. Ooh wee. Y'all, welcome to Bernita Rochelle's with one L. This is someone's real reality. Okay, y'all listen, I got a good one for y'all today, so stay tuned. Hey, I am bringing a real new one. I am bringing a new part to this channel to you guys, honey, and it is called This is Someone's Real Reality, honey. It is. Listen. Oh God, it be happening for real. Now, this is what this person said. The person, oh God, where's my glasses? You know, it is the hair or the glasses. I'm not cross-eyed, honey. Let me tell y'all what this is and what this says. And remember, I'm going to put my email address at the bottom and you guys can email me. I put that in my last video. But listen, the person wrote in this letter right here. It says, I asked my neighbor to help me with a project. It was nothing big, a real small project. Ooh. He has a wife and children. They invite me over to their house. I come over to theirs, just for the little parties that they have. That's what she said. This is what she is saying. She says the husband is now calling her every day, trying to hit on her, trying to get at her. For you guys that don't know a little slang. He's trying to come on to her. How about that? Let's put that. She says she tries to be nice and let him know that she doesn't roll like that. Honey, let's look real. Oh God. She says she does not want any bad beef in the neighborhood. She is asking, so what should I do, honey? What should she do, honey? You know what you gonna do? You gonna tell that person to keep it moving. That's what you gonna tell that person because you don't want no static from nobody. You do not want your peace to be interrupted by somebody else's shenanigans. You don't want that. Who? You know what gets me with these different type of situations? What makes now the person didn't say if she was single or not, but I think she was single, and she, probably didn't have anyone else to help her. But when I think about these situations, how do men think that you are going to cheat with him and you have a whole family? How do he thinks that you are going to be able to trust him? I be trying to get into people's head like, how do you think that I don't think you would do the same thing for me? But I don't think men be thinking with their heads. We know what head they be thinking with. We know that. So I'm sure that this person is not thinking clearly. Why would you want to mess up something for just short term? Something that you've had probably for years and years, and you can tell, I'm sure she can tell by the family, and you come over to her house, the kids, they interact with each other. Kids, How in the world do you think that? What is the logic behind that? But we know that there's only one logic, and that's to take you to Pound Town. Listen, they will risk it all to take you to Pound Town, but that's only if you that type of woman. Men, what I am finding out is men will only do what you allow them to do. I have came to the conclusion, but if we start turning the tables around on these men and stop letting them just do what they want to do, and just because they may have or they can do stuff for you, if you would say no. It's crazy because I think they actually thinking I'm saying some, not all, okay, just some. I'm not saying all, because I know that there are some good men that care about their family and will go those extra miles. They're not trying to be out there in them streets. And I know two very good men that are good to their families. They are good to their families, and they ain't looking nowhere else. Honey, okay? They only do what you allow them to do. I'm going to give you this example of, okay, I used to go, and I still go to this guy to this day because I made my boundaries clear. And my big melanin cousin made the boundaries very clear to him at this time, but I try to handle it myself. And if it gets out of control, then, but I just was talking. But anyway, let me get to the story here. The story is this about maybe, I'm saying I had got my brakes done, and he's really good with cars. And so I had went and got my brakes done on my car. I want to say this gotta be about maybe 5 years ago. It was around COVID time. So I think was about 5 or 6 years ago. And so I go to him, me and my cousin. Actually, my cousin lives right next door to him. The guy's a real good guy. But anyway, this particular day, he decides that he's going to ask me this question. And the question was, do you want to be friends with benefits? This is what his question was. And I look at him and I think, they look at me because I don't have, I'm divorced. I don't have anyone. And, I don't, they just do, men gonna be men. They're going to be men, but it's how you handle them. And I said, why would you ask me that? I said, do I look like I carry myself like that? He said, no. And I said, well, why would you ask me that? He said, because my mama said, if I don't ask, I won't know. I was like, well, no. And he was so serious, right? But I went on about my business. He said he was sorry and everything, because I try to, I ain't trying to put nobody in those situations. So my big melanin cousin, I tell him about it. And so he gonna act like he wasn't gonna do nothing at first. Like he didn't tell me, like he didn't want me to know what he was about to do, right? So then he goes over there and when I go home, because we live right by each other. And so I go home, I walk home or whatever, because I had dropped the car off or whatever. And so then I walk home. No, I think I had came back to get the car and everything. So then I told him the situation, when we used to have conversations, I told him the situation. I said, do you know what he asked me? He asked me, do I want to be friends with benefits? He said he did. My cousin, he had a normal conversation. He just said he did, but I knew he was boiling hot, because he says, why would he ask you that? He asked me that and everything. And so then after we got off the phone, my cousin goes over there and said, man, she don't act like, why would you ask her that? He said, he was like, man, I'm sorry. I mean, it wasn't no laughing matter, but I'm laughing now because sometimes people have to pull up on people sometimes just to let them know that, hey, you're not alone. But that was back then. But anyway, listen, men will only do what you allow them to do. That's what they'll do. So if you're going to play the game, you're going to play the neighborhood, I'm going to be with your neighbor's husband, that's what it's going to be. But if you set your boundaries and you let people know, hey, this is not okay. This is not okay how you treat me, and this is not what it's going to do. So ma'am, that's all you got to do is set your proper boundaries for people. Now, will they like it? No. But at least they will know that you ain't got time for games, okay? They will know that you ain't got time for games. So take your aunt over there to the left, okay? Nobody got time for that. Okay, y'all. That's it. That's what she said. This is someone's real reality is what it's called. Y'all, thank y'all so much. I hope y'all like it. And continue to watch. So thank you to my new ones and thank you to my day ones. Y'all been riding with a girl and I am so grateful. Well, that's it. That's all for me today, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Peace. Hey y'all, it's Bernita Rochele and welcome to my spoken word and conversations. Hey y'all, it's Bernita Rochele and welcome to my spoken word and conversation.